So God loves it too much in the sense that like living in present time. I think a lot of people don't do that. You spend so too much time donning the past and overthinking the future that you forget to just live. You know what I mean? It's a privilege to be here. So I think what God loves too much is just it's a journey. It is a story. Like, you know what I mean? It takes you somewhere. It makes you want to indulge in the psyches of Brent Sutter, TD Petway, Dan Malik.
Payments no playing, we heard you was slacking, and I get that front end, back end, back end. I got your bitch trying to tap in.
Yes sir, yes sir, yes sir. Y'all know what the fuck going on. It's your boy Tap Dub, and I'm back with another episode of the Tap Podcast. Yeah. And today I'm here with two freaking special guests. The one and only LOCNESS.
Lock body.
So what's up with my guys? How y'all feeling?
I'm great as always, man.
We feeling good.
Yeah, man. Fresh off of the Pressure Fest.
Mm-hmm.
So
it was a good show, a good motivation. You know what I mean? Ready to perform.
Yeah.
Ready to do our thing. There was a lot of good energy there.
And this is 2/3 of LOCNESS, man. Who gonna be speaking for the third member, man?
We both gonna speak from the abyss for Dan, man. Yeah. We miss you, man.
Yeah, we miss you, man.
He in spirit. You know what I mean?
I love that. I love that. So we about to get into the interview, man, the Tap interview, and kind of like, you know, to start it off, we're gonna scratch the surface a little bit. Then we're gonna go a little bit more in depth. And then at the end, we're gonna have some fun. All right? Sound good?
It's not a party if Dub ain't involved.
Hey, I love that, man. I love that. Hey, that's that LOCNESS love, man.
Party if Dub ain't involved.
So try y'all best to speak into the mic as best as y'all can for me for the remainder of the interview, and you know, broadcast your voice for me. But let's start from the beginning. Where are you guys from? I'm gonna start with Petway, then I'm gonna move to Eder, if that's cool.
So I'm from all the way uptown on the border of the county. I'm from Pleasant Run Farms, Forest Park area, Springfield Township.
Okay.
Bourbon Boy, where's real quiet. You feel me? Up there where like you know where Cincinnati Mills Mall is.
Oh yeah, yeah. R.I.P. to that.
Yeah, I'm from out that way. I went to Northwest. You feel me? So yeah, all the way uptown.
Okay.
So I'm from Seven Hills area.
Okay, then talk to us, Eder.
West Side, East Brace Hill. So like heart of the city.
Yeah, that's two different locations. Right
yeah, that's a 30-minute. That's a 30-minute drive. No matter what highway you take, that's a 30-minute all the way out there. So like, East Brace Hill, West Side. Went to Dater. You know, 5 minutes from Clifton, 5 minutes from downtown, from Westwood. Like, just kind of surrounded by a lot of stuff. And the West Side. You know, just the West Side. Everything started on the West, man.
They say the West Side like its own world. You believe that?
My thing is like I've never lived any other place other than the West Side. When it comes to like, I've never been to like, for the longest, when I would like go visit my grandma in Mount Healthy, it didn't feel like a neighborhood to me. And when I say that, it's like when I'm walking, it's not nobody yelling. It ain't music playing. You don't smell nobody grilling all the time. It ain't really loud. I just think of areas like that is like real residential. Yeah. It's just like in Price Hill, it's like you're overly stimulated when you're on the West Side. Yeah. There's so much stuff going on. You go to a place where it's just not a lot of stimulation. It's like it's kind of scary to you because it's like it's too peaceful.
Yeah, it's like dang,
you know what I mean? It's
who
like,
watching me?
Yeah, like what's going on? Like it's kind of spooky out here. Like.
I love that. Okay, then. And I've lived like upwards towards the Seven Hills area before, and I lived on the West Side, so I had like the best of both worlds. So I know exactly how you feel on that end. But let's get into early childhood, man. What was it like with y'all growing up? What type of things were you into? And then I'm gonna reverse it this time. I'm gonna have you started off, Eder.
2-parent household, 6 of us. So I grew up with 5 siblings, 4 olders, and I got a little sister. It was pretty smooth as being
shout out to Seven too.
Yeah,
not Seven.
Yeah, shout out Seven.
Honorary Lock, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. We gonna get into her.
We gonna play about Baby Lock.
Yeah, baby Lock hold it down like she the foundation. But it was just got to experience a lot of things like growing up being in sports. I didn't get into music till I was 21. So just you know, a studious guy, like a gentleman and a scholar. Like went to college, like you know what I mean. Good grades throughout like elementary, middle school, high school. Yeah, it was pretty smooth. But I think I got a chance to. I think it was just like a big misconception in the neighborhood too, because my dad was like like a philanthropist in the neighborhood. Like he had like small businesses, like a clothing store with my brother, a barber shop. He did this thing called the walking school bus, where we would go around the neighborhood, get kids, and we would walk in a line to school, like just make sure everybody got to school safe and all that. He did that. I went to Reese Price Academy on the west side.
Yeah, I know exactly where that's at on Glenway, right?
Yeah, off of Glenway, Wisconsin. Yep. We did that, but I think people thought because I did have two parents that everything was just like sweet all the time.
Right.
Like it was to the point to where they just think it was no like adversity within the household. Like at times we were just making ends meet like everybody else. You know what I mean? Like we were just hoping like, you know, we could just make it to the next month, next cycle of bills at times and stuff like that. But I think what we always had was each other. Like, and I think that was like the biggest separation. And like I think being a black man growing up in a 2-family household was like, for real, that's really bare minimum. Like having parents in your life.
Yeah.
And it's like when you got those, people put crazy expectations on you, or just think like because you had that, you supposed to be
so much better, or you supposed to be at a certain rank or something.
Supposed to be that. Like, you know what I mean? It's like conversation turned into a trauma off.
Yeah.
Like I done been like you feel me? Like bro, I done you can't put like no expectations or limitations on my life due to my situation. Right. You know what I mean? So it was. And I think like at times it kind of gave me like a sense of like early survivor's guilt. Like me just going to college, I used to feel bad like because it's like I'm seeing my friends not do it or like that, or like losing friends when we get to that age of like 15, 16 and we just kind of starting to find our way, like what we gonna be in our lives or what we kind of like want to do. Like are we gonna get like, you know what I mean, we gonna do these felonious things to get some money because this is like forget a job or forget you know, being patient and wait for things, or we gonna stick on this longer road, like, you know what I mean? So it was just like, I just feel like throughout the whole like societal structure, I'm like a middle child. Like it's like,
so you had like a little bit of like
too good
everything,
for bad, too bad for good type of thing, like, you know what I mean? Like it's kind of like that type of thing growing up. So yeah, it was just I think that was mainly my childhood. But
wow, that was very in depth and very analytical of your childhood right there. Wow, you broke that down to like almost like a science. I like that. So talk to us, my guy. What about you, Pelway?
I mean, for real, to feed off what he said. So me being from the burbs, I'm from a single parent household. It was just my mama growing up, and it's 3 of us, me and my little brothers. It's funny as hell. So I've always been a creator. I've always been a creative. I've always been a writer. Like that's something that I picked up from my people. My mom was a painter, so I knew for a fact me doing art is something that like I wanted to do. Like my mom is my bestie, so I'm trying to. Well, she do it. It was cool. It's what she did when she was in high school. I'm telling, all right, that's what I'm gonna do. I can't draw though, so I can't draw.
Say that trade didn't pass.
No, not at all. But I could write. You know, I could throw some sentences together, and I just love sounds. I ended up playing instrument. I played the trombone from the 5th grade all the way up till I graduated high school. Yeah, so, and that's just, man, reading music and just having music theory under your belt is almost like knowing another language. Right. It's like literally almost like a foreign language almost, because someone could play sheet music in front of you and you wouldn't know what the hell it was. You just see a whole bunch of dots with lines on lines, and what is this? And don't let the clef switch up. But that was my way of being able to create in a way that allowed me to like just do it freely. Okay. You know, like I could, you know, the original like jazz musicians from you know 20th century, you know, they used to improv. You know, you can walk to a jazz club, it's a couple guys that just know how to play instruments. They putting shit together. They just you feel me? You got the drum.
And that set again.
Exactly. You got the drummer. He just getting them some rhythm. Trumpets start getting warmed up, keys start getting warmed up. And
don't let the crowd start building up. Then they start getting hyped.
Hours. There's people coming in and out, fellas dancing with their lady. Like it's just vibes. That's the type of shit. My granny being a big jazz fan, I was huge on Miles Davis when I was 5th, 6th, 7th grade. Miles Davis is the coolest musician ever to me. You feel me? He's just the king of cool, if you ask me. So that's one of the things where like I chose to go into music on a just pure creating sounds type of thing. So with that on top of me being a good writer, I could put an essay together like You feel me? Like that.
It ain't nothing.
I could write a thesis like it ain't shit. You feel me? I could analyze something like it ain't shit. So I love to rhyme. You know, that's a way of playing with your sounds, with your words. You know, like that's why some shit like the word doesn't even have to rhyme, but it can still rhyme.
Like fit, yeah.
Yeah. So that was my thing. I'm a creator. I picked it up from my mama. I wasn't so much like being in the burbs is one of those things where niggas in the city like Brents, you know, you get the city niggas that my mama being from the city, my auntie and my granny being from the city, you know, they make it seem like it's just a jungle. Go out there, they eat you alive. And there you go down, what man? We'll go to the boys that go to Hughes or go to what's it called, what Taft or some shit, like they eat you alive. So they go over there. It's, you know, you get told like, oh man, so you almost want to be scared. But I went to a diverse school anyway. With the gentrification in the city, a lot of them folks from the hood on the west side got pushed up to northwest anyway. So I went to school with a whole lot of west side fade babies, niggas that went to West High. Niggas that went to Dater at one point. So like, I don't know. I just learned to fit in. I learned to communicate and talk to people. My mama just taught me to love everybody.
Okay.
You know, be able to speak, be able to learn, like your surroundings. You know, it's gonna be different type of people everywhere from different races, religions, sexualities, backgrounds, this and that, etc. as well. You gotta learn how to speak and grow with people, and that was just something I had picked up.
During your early childhood.
Yeah, that's just something I had picked up, like languages, cultures, shit, like being able to go anywhere and learn, like something that you can take home, give, and now someone else is able to grow, and it's literally like the equivalent of like building muscle, I guess. Like I'm trying to like put it like come up with an analogy, you know, build muscle, shit tears, repairs, it grows. You feel me?
I like that.
You go out, learn something, you give it away, you're able to grow. And my biggest thing from seeing my mama go to a point where I've seen us up, I've seen us down. Like I can't limit life. I learned not to limit life to what's in front of me.
I like that answer. So both of y'all gave very analytical answers when it came to the childhood question. And we just scratching the surface right now. But that's what you get when you talking to the LOCNESS boys. They're very analytical, deep thinkers, and you can tell that by your music. So I think this is a great follow-up question to say, what were you guys' music influences growing up? You spoke on Miles Davis and the jazz influence. Yeah. So do you want to give like a little bit more of your music influences from yourself personally and maybe from your family?
Oh yeah, so I mean, I was big on Jay. Like I could tell anybody, my first hip hop memory is my mama picking me up from school, daycare, something, hot ass day. Don't remember what we doing. I think we headed to her job. Dead Presidents too. That instrumental, I can hear it. You know, I can hear it. Like it means something to me. It's nostalgic. It makes me feel good to hear that instrumental. Right. To hear like hip hop beats and those just old dusty drum breaks that like Premier used to put together, like that was huge for me. So Jay, when I first developed my own music taste in like 2011, 2012, I was big on Kendrick Lamar. Yeah,
that was same with me too. Yeah, Good Kid era.
The Good Kid era. Like the first song I like ever like listened to and cried to was that "Sing About Me."
Yeah.
So Kendrick Lamar. Yeah. So
12 minutes. That song was like 12 minutes long, wasn't it?
Yes. And mind you, I'm like 11 years old. I'm like a 10, 11, just feeling it. So yeah, definitely Kendrick. I'm big on Mick Jenkins. He's like a real alternative, poetic rapper from Chicago.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey man, that's probably middle school, high school. I was big on Isaiah Rashad. I love Smino. Saba, like bro. In another interview, he's the whole Ghetto Sage Collective. I love No Name. I love Saba.
Crazy.
I love Smino.
They both talented.
You know,
or all of them talented.
You know, I really wanna. I lived on the West Coast for a while. Like not the West Coast. I lived in the Southwest region. I lived in Vegas. So like I really wanna be able to do what I can do and grow within my region, than the Midwest. I love everything the Midwest has produced. We gave the world Michael Jackson. We gave the world Prince. We gave the world the Isley Brothers.
Yeah, the world of West Coast, all that G function.
Yeah.
Ohio,
You feel me? The Ohio boys.
player samples.
You know?
Zapp and Roger, they
You
from
know?
Dayton. Like all them 70s and 60s groups from Dayton. That's
You know what I'm
that's how they
saying?
sampled and threw
Like,
it.
it's so much musical history that comes out of Cincinnati alone. Comes out of Ohio alone. It's just the Southwest region alone, the tri-state area. I want to be a part of that. We was talking earlier when they bring back the 100th year of celebrating hip hop in the next 50 years. I want to be a part of that. You feel me? Like this, like being a part of this culture and this game, this lifestyle that is hip hop is something that draws me and allows me to go forward because these are their stories.
I respect that. Let me get Brent's. What was your music influences?
I think the first time I started listening to music on my own had to be like
Duke Ellington, Cab Calloway.
13, 14. I had got this Nook tablet. I think that's when West High had Nooks.
Yep.
That had tablets. Somehow, some way, I got my hands on one, and my neighbor had Wi-Fi, and I was standing by the window and take their Wi-Fi, and the first thing I saw on YouTube was every hip hop blogger in the world talking about the Control verse.
Oh yeah, that was. Oh my God, that gave me chills thinking about that.
To that, and even battle rap was shouting out Kendrick at the time for bringing that competitive nature back to hip hop. And I'm looking back on it. I think what intrigued me was like it was not the shock value, but like I guess like the fear he instilled, like with putting that verse out. Because if he didn't, nobody else would have did it type thing, or nobody that kind of mattered at that time.
This niggas on their own song was crazy.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, and just how his whole label is rooted in like, you know, like where they come from and stuff like that. So like just them being a big part of hip hop. But Kendrick Lamar for sure, a crazy influence. Real big on R&B though too. Like so like, and I'm a huge fan of like neo soul. Especially like underground, like neo soul, even like UK neo soul. So like, you know, you got the D'Angelos, the Music Soul Childs, the Jill Scotts, the Children of Zeus, which is like they're like a neo soul kind of group from UK. Brent Faiyaz, Party Next Door. I think it's more or less, and I think it kind of the aesthetic, the abstractness of the work that they put out. I don't think necessarily it's always just like the actual music, but like what Brent Faiyaz does with Lost Kids, like the journey, his approach to like his creativity, his how he will go with like the two producers that become Sonder.
Yeah, exactly.
By himself and be Brent Faiyaz, you know what I mean? The motherfucker will loop his own vocals and make a sample out of his own shit, like, you know what I mean? So I think really just when it comes to just like the artists that I picked apart over the years is I like to feel that like that hunger within the creativity, and it kind of goes back to him talking about the Dead Presidents beat. And when you go from like any beat kind of like pre-99, like you just hear that like I had to go and get this vinyl, or I stole this vinyl, or I went crate digging for hours in this vinyl, sampled this little ass sample that's probably like half a second, sped it up, got a whole nother vinyl, like from a
drum break,
from a punk rock band in Japan. Like I don't even know how to read the songs. I'll just hear something that can sound like something. Got this rapper to come say these lyrics on it. Now I got me a beat. It's just like, you know how it might not be a lot of food in the house, but mama throw something together.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
It just tastes so good, and you can feel the hard work within it. Like,
Tyler the Creator said something tapped. He was like, the people who gonna live or last the longest is the people who dig the furthest or dig the deepest.
You have to dig, cause that's and I feel like that's just you settling in as being a human. Like it's just certain stuff you're not gonna talk about at 20. Until there's certain stuff you're gonna have to talk about when you're 30. You're gonna have to get it out your system. You know what I mean? Because by that time you probably got kids. You want to let kids understand like it's okay to go through life. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like you're not gonna be the same person. Like, you know what I mean? So you can tell in certain people artistry, like with Kendrick, the last album, and why I think it may be his last is just like I'm talking about the spookiest stuff I'll ever want to talk about. Yeah. I'm talking about growing up and seeing my auntie dressed like a man and people treating her bad because she's doing that, or my cousin dressing like a woman and people treating him bad and how you do it. But I love both of them so dearly. I'm talking about how I suffered with alcoholism. I'm talking about how I cheated when I was on tour as a young man. So I'm talking about the flaws and like the evilness and what this industry can do, and what standard can hold you to.
He even said something like the first time off with the white woman, I was what do you say? I was
I know hella
Palisade.
Yeah, it was the Palisade. That's what it was.
It was like hella West Coast motherfuckers was like they would kept retweeting that and like putting on Instagram like that's some of the realest shit. So I guess over there it's just like it's real, like you know type of thing. But it's like you just get to a point in your career and your life, you can hear where people at in their life through their music.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it seemed like a very mature album.
Not like Cole with the off season. Like the off season wasn't like an amazing album, but it felt like a checkpoint. Like it was just a checkpoint. It was like it was real clear. Like, hey, like, hi, I'm J. Cole. Here's my life from the last time y'all heard from me. You feel me? It's just here's this real quick, but this ain't like the big one. This ain't the fall off.
Yeah,
This
exactly.
You feel me? This, like I told y'all, the fall off is coming, but until then, here's some shit. Here's what I've been going through. My son said, "Let go of my hand." You feel me? Like.
That's one of my favorite tracks for there too.
I think that's I made a custom jacket.
Cry. I be crying, bro. If a song touch me, I'm tears.
Yeah, real shit. And he went features on it too, which was crazy. You know what I mean? That's crazy for Cole. But all right, y'all. So we're gonna go ahead and conclude the more or the slightly tapped in section. I'm about to jump right into the more in-depth type section because I have a lot of questions to ask you guys, and y'all know we politic. We can be sitting here talking about some stuff for hours, but I do want to get these questions out because the fans got to know, the supporters got to know what's going on. But in the meantime, we're gonna throw a clip of some LOCNESS music in there. Y'all ready? Yeah.
Excited, they announced the draw facing off from a southpaw stance in the corner Brona. As a man, doing everything I can, broke a hand. Tommy Herman learning marvelous movement. I couldn't maneuver. I tried to be Barber and counter, but my top is losing over swollen contusion. This shit is hitting hard. When if my DOB expired on the judge's card. Here, take a sip of this holy water. Get yourself together, but you choose to go any farther. You 4 rounds in, and them punches is getting harder. Contusions is getting darker. Swelling is getting larger. You better throw a jab for every feeling hard, but death before dishonor. We're honored to be your master, but you better protect yourself, or this fight becomes a disaster. We after more than a title belt. If you ever lose confidence, just remember how it felt to lose. We fighting for nights for being abused. Don't let this loss result in your conclude, nigga. What you trying to prove? In the streets they see a black man and shoot it out. That black man better put his fist up and duke it out. And here we go, round 5. Look like we're shooting any man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We back. Hope y'all enjoyed that clip of LOCNESS music. I am sitting with 2/3 of LOCNESS right now. We are officially at the more in-depth tap section. So we're going, you know, we already scratched the surface a little bit, even though the surface was a lot to even deal with. We might go deeper than like.
You talking about scratch the surface? We done broke past the crack.
We at the.
We swimming through the mantle now. We on the way to the course.
Exactly. So I really want to know, like, what's y'all recording process? Are y'all freestyling? Are y'all writing before y'all go in? Do y'all what's the recording process with LOCNESS?
I think like because we only been LOCNESS for what, the beginning of this year?
Yeah, it's probably been locked for like 7.5 months.
Okay.
So I think for like this first half, it was just sometimes it was just hard for all of us to get in the studio at the same time, just due to like work schedules and like life in general.
Right.
So what we will do, we will usually work like pick a beat, pick a concept, everybody write. We all lay it down, kind of like maybe on our own terms. Maybe I go to the studio, Dan go to the studio. Payway can engineer itself.
Yeah, I might record some shit at the crib. I got some recording equipment a couple years back. I've been recording in my basement since I came home. But
what you did a bit?
What'd you say?
You did a bit?
No. Look, everybody here
said it like you did a bit.
Came home. So look, no, I moved to Vegas when I was 19. I came home a couple months later. I came home about a little under a year later. Came back, started recording all my shit in the basement in my crib. I record my shit. Everything I dropped, I ain't mixed. You feel me? I send it out raw, drop it raw. But I started working with Loc, send our shit like they send a verse. I might throw my verse on there, send it to our engineer, send it to Semi.
Okay.
You know,
yeah, kind of like shout out Semi. Yeah, he'll cut out them stems for us, and we'll get right and
like that Summer Walker joint. I just recorded it at the crib middle of the night. Just felt like rapping. Send these niggas like 5-6 tracks. That was one of them.
Yeah, so like we got that, and And I think we kind of like we all listen back and be like, I think the chemistry we just got with the engineer, like Simi, like he kind of knows what we always going for. So it's just
that
like,
helps too when you got a good connection with your engineer.
We always be like, man, we want to break right here, or we want to go like, let's go acapella for a few bars, or let's like put a beat drop right here. Let's just strictly cut this off, no fade out. Like let's strictly cut the track off, like stuff like that. So that's mainly the recording process. But we just love to like create things that's gonna last. Like we don't like. Can we get into God Loves too much?
Yeah, no. That's a little bit. Don't jump the gun on me now, bro. Don't jump the gun on me. I feel like a better question to ask would have been a better question to ask first is what is LOCNESS and what does LOCNESS mean? Because we talked about it briefly when you interviewed with Taliban, but I think you should reiterate it a little bit, especially since we on the more in-depth section. Okay. Talk about that, and then we can start getting into the next
so
question.
I'm gonna talk about how I met Payway and Dan.
Okay.
So I met Dan. I started rapping summer 2021. I dropped a tape like October. It was called Staircase and Mousetraps. And Town the Studios had this thing called Plug and Play, where you would show up. A lot of other artists would show up. You will pay to play your song and like get feedback, and it's kind of like a networking event too. So I played one of my songs. It was called Revenge Tour. So like doing my thing with it, and Dan come up and he rapped like Dan had like this before he used to get his hair retwisted, so he had like a fro with locks, so you couldn't see his face.
Dang,
like, you couldn't see his face. I swear he had like
you ever seen Barnyard, the thing that came out that crate?
Hey, like you couldn't really see his face. Bro had like a coat with a flannel coat on top. Like it like he just left Queens, New York. Like it was like a snowstorm or something. Like Tim's on and he just there like chilling. I'm like, oh yeah, he cold. Like boom. I think as we leaving out, it's him and his boy AP. Shout out AP. We exchange Instagrams, and I just used to be sending tracks to. I sent you this thing. We never dropped this called 92 Trailblazer. Like we was on a track called that, and we just always. And I think like the summer of 2022, I was just rapping so much, and we just just start having conversations here and there. And I think summer 2022, I feel like every 5 years, the internet get weird and think like Tupac wasn't good at rap. So that's what everybody was talking about. Everybody's talking about, Tupac overrated, and there's a lot of people out there. I'm like, okay, boom. I did a freestyle over Tupac beat, and his homie Cartel Chapo
hit the Cartel.
He was like, Payway, you need to get hit. And I think kind of like Payway probably looked at my page or whatever, and he was like, bro, you dope. Then we just started texting off that, and I think like top of this year, I'm like, nah, we all three got together. It'll be crazy. So I think I just made the group chat and put Kendrick as the profile pic.
That's pretty accurate.
No, that's exactly how I went, bro. My boy just tagged me in the post, and I just start following, dog. Every time he was dropping it, like I'm good for like reaching out to somebody just to show some direct love, like I like and share the shit. You feel me? I might comment on it like everybody else, but I'ma still show my love directly. Like reach out, say, hey, that shit nice. I see what the hell you got going. You feel me? Like keep pushing this shit, cause that's nice. Niggas pushing the envelope. You feel me? Like we raising the bar. You feel me? Like
he literally. So I like that. It went a little bit more in depth than what we did with Taliban, because we got the meaning. Now we know how to link up happen, and you would think that how organized and how good of chemistry that you guys got, that y'all would be like childhood friends or some shit like
not
that.
The first one to say that. Everybody
seriously,
say that.
Yeah, I can imagine though.
Say that, man. They be like, you would have thought y'all was brothers.
Yeah.
I told them like we gonna tell the industry we triplets.
Yeah, like, y'all really could though. Y'all really could.
If they don't know now, like you out there gonna do your research but I'd be like, bro, we triplets, bro. Like.
So what do it take to get into LOCNESS? Is this more like a natural brotherhood that's like kind of more sacred? Is this something that like y'all building an empire? Y'all keeping it at y'all? Is it I'm trying to get in LOCNESS. What I gotta do? Nah, but
it's
seriously though,
like is you gotta say you down and Simi what Simi would say, you gotta think you down for the mission.
Yeah, LOCNESS a mentality too, man. Like
if something
to be locked,
LOCNESS still LOCNESS.
It's still locked.
Like it ain't like, you know what I mean? Like nobody within LOCNESS is bigger than LOCNESS. LOCNESS is LOCNESS is like it's the beginning and end. type of thing. Like I just think I think over time I want it to be like a creative umbrella, to where like you got videographers, you got photographers, you got rappers, you got poets, you got screenwriters, movie directors, etc., etc. But it's like I don't ever want anyone to feel. I want you to understand, if you LOCNESS, to, you know, like, wear this with pride and understand, like, present yourself as LOCNESS and always give it your all when it's time to perform. You know what I mean? But like, it should never feel like an obligation. Okay. And I would hate for it to feel like, but you gotta understand, like, and I be telling Pat Wayne then, because I'll be like, we gotta get this verse out. Like, you feel me? But it ain't never like, no, ain't nobody trying to push down on nobody or like talk down on nobody. But it's be like, it's only so many, like, it's only like within our lifetime, there's only so many opportunities we gonna get, shows we gonna get. It's limited. Everything has a number.
Yeah, we don't know when it's gonna end either. Life,
So it's like, let's go with our best foot forward all the time. Right. For lack of a better word, let's kill shit every time. Yeah. Let's, you feel me? Let's not leave nothing on that table every time. Yeah. If it's a cipher, and it's LOCNESS to other people, I'm in a group like, bro, we about to kill everybody in there. They gonna know who LOCNESS is about.
You gotta be prepared and progressive to be locked. Like, you gotta be ready to go.
Prepared and progressive.
You gotta be ready to go and ready to grow. And then you feel me? That's it.
Cause growth, it just comes like analogy, building muscle.
You feel me?
You literally putting your body under an uncomfortable thing to where you're requiring it to grow. Your body's like, what is this stimulus? It's heavy. In order to deal with this, I have to grow. I have to be bigger next time I grow. Like, it tore me down, now I have to be bigger. So it's like, I'm going to put you in uncomfortable situations. I'm going to sign us for these poetry slams. This is an uncomfortable situation. It's going to help me grow. It's all about growth. Like, that's all it really is. Like, it's all about wanting more. Like, it ain't about winning, and about losing. It's about learning, if anything. Like, you know what I mean? Like this is all just like, it's process. I want you to enjoy the process. I want you to learn, like, it's okay to, like, put your all into something and it don't do the numbers you thought it was gonna do. Like, and it's what you gonna do now. You got blood in your mouth now. What you gonna do?
Yeah, my sensei.
That's why I'm real big. That's why I'm real big on, like, the term, like, making it. Like,
what is making it? My sensei, he always tell us, like, you can't be thirsty to get your black belt. You gotta enjoy the process. You gotta have. You can't. Because you can get the black belt now, but if you ain't black belt mentality, then it ain't gonna mean nothing.
And that's why I love martial arts, because, like, just like martial arts, people look at most martial arts, especially the ones that ended up becoming combat sports. Like, they were martial arts first. They were a matter of controlling your body better than the man across from you. Being able to control a body better than the man across from you in a more disciplined manner, in a sharper manner, in a more clean manner. Coming over with a lot, like, you got to understand, like, none of us, like, all of us we love this shit so much. We love this music and this art and this culture so much. Like, let me, Dan, and B tell it, we'd be rapping till we 50, 60, 70. You feel me? We Nas age, we gray, and we looking like, what's his name? Ron Isley, like, Ron Isley, every time you see him, this old white beard, like, this old St. Nicholas, talking about, like, damn, how you figure about this belt? You feel me?
Like, but it's like, I literally, like within LOCNESS, like, outside of it, I can't even, like, give my attention to anything negative. Like, you got anything bad to say about, or, like, I feel like you overstep your boundaries, I will not talk to you.
Or you drop a freestyle on them, aka Osama Boy. Yeah, that's what it was. It was we can call it, I think Osama Boy a little bit more fitting.
Bars, but it's like, man, y'all too lyrical. I'm not talking to you no more. So I'm not understanding the mission. Like, what do you mean to be too? We too good with words? We use words too good?
Somebody
that's like you saying you speak white. Like, what do that mean? Like, you talk white.
You too look. Y'all need a club banger. How often you go to the club? Friday, Saturday. That's 2 days out the week.
Exactly.
You want me to make a song for 2 days out the week, or like make that our priority
for maybe like 6.5, 7 hours,
and it's only gonna get played one time.
No, I ain't gonna lie. If it's slapping up, they're gonna play that bitch every 30 minutes. They're gonna play that whole every 30. Bro, I went to the club one night. I went over to Prestige where my nigga worked. They played Pound Town like 5 times because I was there for an hour and a half.
Shit, when that Gorilla dropped, what was that? What was her hit? That
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Or the FNF.
The FNF. When that dropped, that was everywhere, bro. But like, I get the point, though. I get the point.
Yeah,
so before we get off topic, so LOCNESS, y'all each individual. Do you have a tape out, Petway person? Okay.
I probably got more music out than Brent and Dan.
Dang, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I've been going, like, I've been rapping, like, telling myself I'm gonna be the best rapper in the city, state, country, world since I was 11, 12 years old. 11, 12 years old, just spitting with my boy Jay. Just spitting, rapping over different instrumentals for the fuck of it. I was always too nutty to ever come out and rap in front of people. But, like, everybody knew, like, I like to rap and shit. Like, oh, yeah, Todd's like to rap. I was a nigga. I had a notebook in class. I used to rap and all of one shit. Right after high school, graduated from Northwest in 2019. I started recording my first shit. I performed twice in high school. I performed my junior and senior year at a variety show. Yeah,
somebody actually told me about that went to school with you. They was like, Petway been rapping for a while. I see him at a talent show at school.
So like, it's few people that know me as, like, you know. So my name is Taj. People like, oh yeah, Taj be rapping. So as soon as I like graduated, I'm like, what a cool rap name, man. But like, I don't really like the little cheesy shit. I couldn't come up with nothing. Like, I never went by no nicknames because my name is short. Nobody finna be calling me Taji, and like my mama called me that. You feel me? But like, so I'm like, all right, I went by TD. Now it's people like that. No, TD's like, oh yeah, that's Taj. He was rapping in high school. It was like, hey, you don't know none of that. Like, everything I was doing then, you might have thought I was just one way, but bro, no, I've been rapping for a while. I think I got 2 tapes out, then like 2 or 3 EPs.
Okay, then.
Like,
I gotta tap into your solo work.
Yeah, in total, like, under TD the Prophet, Petway, I probably got over like 50, 60 songs out that you could listen to.
Wow. So each of y'all got tapes out individually. So let's talk about what's upcoming. And you hinted at it. We got God Loves Us Too Much. This will be LOCNESS' first group project. Is that correct?
Yes.
What is this project? What can we expect, and what does it mean to y'all? Because honestly, this is the debut. We got some videos, we got the Lady Lux, we got the freestyles, we got the performances and the sets. But this is actually going to be a living, breathing entity that's going to live forever. And not only that, it's going to be the debut of that.
Yeah.
So talk to me about it. What is God Loves Us Too Much?
I want to pay when to go first.
Man,
and you hinted at it at the Taliban interview, but we couldn't go into it yet.
For me, it's a learning experience. It's learning who God is, what God is, like what love is. You feel me? Like me, Doc Lock, TD Petway.
Doc Lock is crazy.
Yeah,
that's tapped.
Yeah, Dr. Locktober. My pieces of my piece of this story is really me just
and
stuck.
my bad job if y'all hear the water is raining, but y'all know it's real life conversations right here on the Tap Podcast.
I'm stuck in the middle. You know, I'm in a circle looking around, trying to find my way through life. My character is you look in my eyes and you see compasses. You know, you see compasses and they're spinning because I don't know where I'm going.
Wow.
It's for me, God Loves You Too Much is a matter of acknowledging ignorance. You feel me? It's something that Kendrick Lamar always did in his music. Always acknowledged that he wasn't just a regular guy who was a nigga, do dumb shit sometimes, but like that's where a lot of my music come in. I talk a lot of shit. I get real cocky sometimes. You feel me? I get real arrogant sometimes. I like to talk shit about niggas who get on my nerves. I might talk shit about a girl who get on my nerves. I might talk shit about somebody else, girl, somebody, like, you feel me? Like, I ain't perfect, you feel me? We all got vices and shit. So for me, God Loves Us Too Much. It's just a matter of like I say, acknowledging like flaws, but still like giving everything to God and letting her just take everything. Just letting her take over.
Wow.
You feel me? Letting her.
You see God as a feminine energy. Is that why you said her?
I interchange. I say he, her, they. Like, cause honestly, God to me, there's no gender, there's no sex. Yeah. It's just like you say, energy. It's one of those things. It's one of those things where like I personally like. I guess you could say I'm and just real quick to digress. I guess you could say I'm polytheistic. I like to believe that there's more than one just God and entity just controlling shit. Okay. Because like it's like if he up there and he's just all powerful and he's alone in his own rank, he's got to be bored. All this time he's never wanted any love or anything. Never like yearned for all the things that he gave to people. Gave us all, and never once did he yearn for any feeling, like to feel. So this omniscient, malevolent God that's out there, like in the Christian Judeo sense, is a pretty mean guy. You feel me? And personally, I I choose not to believe in that because it's like if I'm gonna do the right things, it's because I'm doing it for the right things.
Yeah.
If I want to be nice to you, it's not because I'm scared of going to hell.
Yeah, I see.
It's not even.
Yeah,
if I want to help some kids, it's not because I'm scared to go to hell. If I want to not cheat on my wife, it's not because I'm scared to go to hell. It's because I don't want to hurt my wife and kids. You know, I don't.
It's living with regard.
You feel me? Like I don't want to live my
too.
I don't want to live my life seeking a reward of heaven either. Like heaven being a reward that I'm trying to earn.
I like that. So, talk to us, Brent. So what is God loves us too much to you?
I think it kind of takes you to a place to where you experience the things that you may not think about when you think of God. When I think of God, I think of creation. I think of anything that adds to anything, energy. You know what I mean? So like within God loves so much, we gonna talk about like parental relationships that may not be the best. Drug addiction,
Shout out to Info.
temptation, being lustful, being stuck in a rut, and a place to where you're kind of living in this form of purgatory, like between like good and bad. You're stuck in the middle of it. So it's just like I think what God loves us too much is, and the title comes from a place of it's a lot of meanings behind it, but just think of us as black people. We've been through so much. And we're still here thriving. It may seem at times that the energy around us may love it may seem as if he treated us so bad for so long, but us still being here, does he love us too much?
Black folk are the muscle of the world.
You know what I mean?
Shit gets heavy on us, we tear and we just grow and get bigger and stronger.
You know? So God loves us too much in the sense that like living in present time. I think a lot of people don't do that. You spend so much time donning the past and overthinking the future that you forget to just live. You know what I mean? It's a privilege to be here. So I think what God loves too much is just it's a journey. It is a story. Like, you know what I mean? It takes you somewhere. It makes you want to indulge in the psyches of Brent Sutter, TD Petway, Dan Malik. Like what is going through that?
Yeah, that's why I was saying that third one would have been we needed that explanation. That would have been a trifecta right there.
You might have had to bow your head with Dan. Like Dan might have started talking about what God loves us too much, man, and you might have like,
yeah, because he's really like well developed in like knowledge of gods, knowledge of religions, just overall knowledge. I think all three of us are pretty just like really like introspective overthinkers that like, you know, tend to just like live within the means of our heads. You know what I mean? I just think like God loves us too much, more or less like a blank canvas, and everybody had a pencil. Just everybody got the drawing.
We want everybody to feel different too.
Yeah.
Like we want everybody to listen to it and feel something different. So like for some people it might be like an uncomfortable but necessary experience. For some people it might be therapeutic. For some it might be triggering. You know, it might be like, oh, I ain't, you feel me? They might get the glimpses of like Info, them glimpses of the violence and the lust that came from Lady Luck, like all of that. Like it might be triggering.
Like even down to the mixes, I may have something poorly mixed on purpose because it's chaotic.
Yeah,
it's chaos. I may have something harmonized to a point to where it's like it puts you
heavenly,
puts you in a place of that. Like, you know what I mean?
God.
Chaos and order they're one and the same. They balance.
Yeah,
you
like
feel me?
yin and yang.
The
like,
duality
you know what I mean?
aspect
like,
that it
it's
takes.
to the point to where like even if it's good, I don't even want to hear people's views on it. I just want it to live for real.
For real.
Dang.
Like I
we'll
don't
move
even
on to
like,
the next one.
Yeah, kind of like I want to put it out. I mean, if you enjoy the album, you could tell us. Like, you know what I mean? I don't want you to think of it like that, but it's like it just it's
not really meant to.
Yeah,
it's to give. Y'all just giving it out.
This experience, like this experience that don't come in like, oh, this is don't put no expectations on.
Reduce your expectations to zero.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, of course we can get on the track and we can all rap 3 verses and call it a song. Like, we can do that, but let's take time to create art. And maybe songs where it's just.
So like, how many like songs y'all plan to deliver with this tape, and like, what's the vision for the cover art? Cause God loves us too much. Like, I can think of some crazy cover art for that, but I know y'all probably think of some crazier stuff.
Of the whole line is kind of like you're seeing a lot of perspective from Info. Info is the subconscious of Brent Sutter that rides the line between reality and fiction. That takes on the aesthetic and the appearance of you know, like a drug addict or someone that may be like homeless and things and such. So I think what was the question again?
How many tracks are going to be delivered with this
just
project, and what's the
talk,
cover
right?
art? What's crazy? I was about to ask about the various characters that you guys have too.
Yeah, I think it may be 10, and then like 10 in the bonus, or it might just be like 10. I think it may be 10, if I'm not mistaken.
We didn't want it to be super long.
Yeah.
We don't want it to be too long. We don't really want it to like push over like 35 minutes. We don't want it to be like a 40, 50 minute, like an hour long listen. It should feel like a short film.
I personally don't like long albums. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
it should feel like a short film.
It just take me a long time to get through stuff, and like especially if it's like, I'm not really like a big slow build up guy either. Like if you ever heard me rap, I usually hop on the beat like I was 1 second in.
Like the baby, straight off the rip.
You even said that you don't use like A, D. Just get right into
like,
it.
I'm right on that. Like you know what I mean. So it's just like I just like kind of like getting into it. So, but it takes you. It's a roller coaster. It is a Coltrane playing the sax crazy up in the air on one of them jazzy nights, to where it's just like a lot of up and down, slow and fast. Like you know what I mean. So it's gonna make you want to like. It's a mental investment to listen to the album. A mental investment, and it's an art capsule. It's not. I don't want you to think of it just as an album. The stuff with that, the rollout is just as important as the album. The trailer is just as important. Yeah. The books, we got books. The books just important. The clothes just important.
This is like really. This is even beyond the music at this point. This is really like a whole, like you said, an art
these guys
capsule.
are beyond the music. Yeah, like Dan is, you know, Pat Williams. Like it just don't stop here. This is one medium. To us, like not that we are. It's a lack of caring when I'm saying that, but it's just like, why stop here when it can
the music is literally just all of our favorite part in it.
Yeah,
it's just the part that we love most. We all together put our hearts into it. So when we put together a good product for y'all, we can sit down and think of the other mediums. Brent can come over with something like real like dramatic, something real dramatic and creative. I can find a way to spin it. Dan find a way to just like. To make it just a bit like chaotic, so y'all can like just have it like, what's going on with it? Like it's something that like we can all have a slate. He paint that motherfucker red. I throw blue on it. Now it's purple. Dan outlining that motherfucker. Like so, it's just like you feel me?
Say if through on the side of a train.
You feel me?
You know what I mean?
And
like,
now it's like something interesting, and you just like, what the fuck is this? And it's
so y'all still gotta tell me what's up with the cover art though. Like, or was y'all not trying to drop that info yet?
Are we solid with the cover art yet?
That's my thing.
Like, y'all still developing that aspect?
We got to cover to the book, but it's like I don't know if I wanted to kind of like correspond with the album.
Okay. So, well, then answer this for me. So, like, you guys have worked with one of my favorite videographers in the city of plethora of times. Do Your Worst.
Q.
What is the relationship with LOCNESS and Do Your Worst? How did that come to be, and how do you guys end up creating such amazing work?
Oh man, Q, you don't know it, but you lock extended fam. Like you lock by association.
For real. So
yeah, man, Q just he creative.
Yeah, he found me on TikTok.
Yeah, and Q is creative. Like Q he not just a camera guy. He's a mind. Yeah, he's a film connoisseur as well. He could study the fuck out of film, break down the show, the cinematography. Like he'll help us put together some you feel me, a production. He damn near got some IMAX vinyl or some shit, some film sitting in the closet. Like he's real creative. Like he studies film the way that we study rap. Like he hold the camera the way we hold the mic. This is our brush.
This our weapon.
This our you feel me? This our weapon. This our brush. This our pen. This is you feel me? This is just you feel me? Everything's our canvas. We just able to paint with what we got.
Wow. So how long have y'all guys been working with Q?
First time we worked with Q was February, Lady Luck Part 3.
Okay.
Yeah, found me on TikTok and we was kind of going back and forth, seeing like what we could do. Then I ran past the idea of Lady Luck Part 3. We shot that and I just loved like he kind of overstands an idea like when you give it to him. Like he kind of takes it to where like he adds that sense of like black surrealism, Afro surrealism. Yeah. The Afro, the black exploitation of the film. Like he just understands like he the type where
you be like, yeah, man, I need something to represent, man. Just being a hungry young nigga in the hood. He'll be like, man, all right, so we got you coming home, boom, boom, and you already just think like, damn, I'm hungry. But then he'll be like, yeah, we gonna have you look in the refrigerator and there's some spaghetti in there. Like he'd be like, yeah, like you're something you would feel, but it'd just be some little minor shit, and it'd be like, damn.
Back, you would hear it keep calling me like Pookie off New Jersey. He'll just show like he'll just do something within like black cinematography or like black music to where like he kind of mixed that within the pot and uses it to bring your idea even more alive.
Dang.
Like with the trailer, I didn't think it was gonna like
that's
the
trailer
music playing back, and he kind of like merged all the universes of LOCNESS. Like he made everything seem like everything was one.
Yep.
Like, you know what I mean? So like he really has a good understanding of like direction of where we want to go with things.
Right. Kind of like Simi in a sense. How he just get it and he aligned with the vision.
Is known for like, I think right now LOCNESS is known for like the visuals. The visuals and like probably like the performances.
Yeah, visuals and performances.
That's
I would say for sure.
Like, known for it. Like we rap real good, but we not even known. It's bigger than rap. Like you know what I mean? But people to say, oh, the album should be weighted more. You probably like me because of the visuals and the performances. Like besides the rap, you like me because of what we doing on videos and what we doing on stage. You probably didn't even hear what I was saying till you got to the car.
Exactly.
Like you know what I mean? Like, but these are things to where like it's just a lot of like stimuli within like performances. It's real. It's that eye contact. I love making when somebody lock their eyes with me and I'm just rapping to them for a little bit or anything like that. Like,
oh man, once B get that elbow
with
going,
that elbow going. You feel me? Don't let it be a divine feminine. Like I'm in here rapping my heart out now. Now I'm about to really clown. Like you know, like now it's time to turn.
That's why I'm saying. That's why we gotta get something on the other spectrum of that. Cause like that's something, or was just a little sprinkle. But we gotta.
That's what I'm saying.
We gotta give them some on the other end of Sensei.
All right, y'all. I just got the alert that we 50 minutes in. You know, we normally keep our podcast around like 35, 45 minutes, but I got locked in here, so I knew it was going to go over. Man. But what I do want to do is ask one more question while we're still in the more in-depth tap section. I'm going to throw a clip in there, and then we're going to get into the next section. So I have to ask, what is the update on the LOCNESS video game? Because I got a little snippet of it, but like, when is that coming out, man?
Kinda, I don't know. We gonna run with the album art capsule for a little minute.
Okay.
Then we gonna like when it's appropriate. When I feel like I think the biggest thing we have ideas, but one thing I like to implement is like I love crazy rollouts. I love just like crazy anticipation. So it's like once we can, cause we got so many ideas, but like I don't just want to put them out for nobody to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you know what I mean? Like let me get a commercial with like kids playing with it, or like you know running through some actual betas and get like some feedback on like what can we fix or how can we actually make it like a disc like video game and stuff like that. So yeah, it's kind of like what we sent you. We kind of like probably at the same, just because we just been working on like so much
stuff. Yeah, with the rollout, so, like, priorities.
So like, but it's coming. It's gonna come for sure.
All right, then that was courtesy of my producer Naquan. He said I had to ask that one. So all right, y'all, we about to conclude the more in-depth type section. How about we go ahead and throw the trailer for God Loves Us Too Much in there?
God loves us too much, man.
Let's do it.
Info! What, bro? Info, man! I can't believe this shit right now. Everybody telling me you out here strung out and shit, man. I ain't heard from you in weeks. Ain't seen you in weeks. They got all the shit that you could be doing right now, all the money we could be making right now. This is what you choosing to do? Can't believe this shit, man. Let's go, man. Explain yourself, please.
I've been running, exercising, getting some fresh air. You know, look at life. Look at everything that's living. This grass, ants.
Yeah, you had enough of that. You had enough of that. You abusing it, nigga.
Riding my way.
And you talking about running? You can't run away from God, nigga.
You said I was trying to run away from God.
You can't run away from God, nigga. Use your strength, nigga. Fight this shit, nigga. Fight this war, nigga. Fight.
More than a title, nigga. I taught
you. You fighting against yourself right now, bro.
Everything you're saying to me, I taught you. Who you learned it from?
Now we learned it for you, for real. You definitely the inspiration, but nigga, I'm not inspired by this, nigga.
You should be inspired because in all, God loves us too much.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are back. Hope y'all enjoyed that trailer for God Loves Us Too Much, shot by the one and only Do Your Worst. The link will be in the description. Man, that is a journey. That's just like an emotional, it's like everything in one with that trailer. It's crazy. So now we're on the fun section of the Tap Podcast interview, and what I'm gonna do is ask y'all questions. This is going to be more fast paced. Give me an answer, and I'm on to the next one. Y'all cool with that, Lockness?
Yeah.
Alrighty, so let's start with, what is y'all favorite TV show? I'm gonna start with Brent, and I go to Petway.
Godfather of Harlem.
Godfather of Harlem. I don't really watch TV.
No,
so
if you want to, you can trade yours out for anime.
Favorite anime? Probably AOT.
Yeah.
The AOT story, something crazy to me. Unless we can count Avatar: The Last Airbender. I don't know. Some people were funny acting towards that one.
We would just go AOT on the safe
Let's
side,
go
but
AOT,
trust me,
Japan,
exactly. Okay, so let's go into, what is y'all favorite lyricist, top lyricist? It's a lot of them, but you just gotta give one.
Caleb Moore, off top. Yeah, Caleb Moore.
Yeah, Kendrick, my favorite rapper, but lyricist, I gotta go 3 Stacks.
3 Stacks, yeah. So who would you invite to a dinner if you could invite 3 people, dead or alive? Start with you, Petway.
3 people dead or alive. Okay, so probably Bob Marley, for the vibes, roster shit, really just to get into of how he kept his heart so pure. Like, really, that's the type of shit that I would love to find out.
There's so many people in
It's
it.
a lot of people in history. There's a lot of people in history. I probably would want to speak directly to like Pac as a hip hop pioneer, just to really talk to him about his influence and show him like, and let him know like what he did as a hip hop fan. And then maybe like I feel like I'd have to talk to someone like, goddamn, what's his name, Chairman Fred Hampton. Like one of the biggest tragedies in history. Like, you feel me? So probably Chairman Fred Hampton, just to talk to him about, like, to show him how far we've came since his assassination, since his murder. You feel me? Like, so yeah, like I say, Marley, Pac, Chairman Fred Hampton.
I like that. Talk to us, Prince.
Donny Hathaway.
That's my guy. I'm not gonna lie. I love Donny Hathaway.
I don't think I ever listened to a song for you without that.
Yeah, I
Donny
love
Hathaway.
Donny. It's
Malcolm,
someday we'll all be free from me.
that sounds crazy. Tupac, I just want to ask him, was it worth it? Everything in his life. He's such a young man too, only 25. And Malcolm X, but I'd like to speak to Malcolm Little though. You know, like kind of before he became Malcolm X, and just ask, was his journey worth it? Was it worth it? How bad did the truth hurt when you found it? Like, you know,
Wow, that's an amazing list. So dang, that's 2 amazing lists. What's your favorite antagonist? Any show, anything.
All right, so to be a buck, I'm gonna say the Joker, but here's why I like Jokers, because I'm a big Batman fan, and I feel like I'm a Batman fan enough to understand that like the Joker movie with like Joaquin Phoenix, where like you remember he was on the talk show with like Robert De Niro and blew his head off. They made it seem like they made the Joker into a character that you could feel empathy for, that you could hurt for, that you could like feel with, and I'm like, the Joker. Fuck dude, he supposed to be crazy. He supposed to be no explanation. Ain't none of that trauma. We don't care about none of that. Ain't no well society made him a bag. No, this nigga crazy. We don't know what the fuck. He just be clowning, pun intended. So probably the Joker, and I mean like real raw, like Joker. You feel me? Like
Joker. How about you, Eder?
probably the Ra's al Ghul.
That's a good one.
And then hold on, I'm gonna spin back on Joker and say Apocalypse from the X-Men.
So you know Joker?
No, like Apocalypse from the X-Men. So yeah, no Joker, because like I like Joker, my nigga. Like I say, as a Batman fan, but I'm gonna spin back and say Apocalypse from the X-Men, because this most recent run with like Jonathan Hickman shit, honestly the best I've ever seen from Apocalypse. So I take back my Joker. I go back on my Joker. I raise
Apocalypse from X-Men. And then you said who again?
Probably Ra's al Ghul.
Ra's al Ghul.
Batman, but I think he's more anti-hero than antagonist.
He is a villain, bro.
Yeah.
He is a villain.
You like to call him what, an annihilator?
What is that?
I think you use a certain word when describing him. I think he's an environmentalist.
Look, man.
You know what I mean?
He's a
one of those guys
fascist.
that- Yeah, I think that's the word you use.
He is a fascist.
Probably either him or like Lex Luthor.
Yeah, Lex Luthor.
What I like about Lex Luthor because he has like, you know, people are really comfortable with the fact that it is an alien on Earth that probably could kill everybody if he wanted to. So it's like, why are we trusting this guy?
Yeah.
I just think that's his whole beef with Superman. It's not no. It's just like he really could really run through all of us like this.
That's
if
why I
he
love
really
X-Men
got
so
on
much,
that.
bro. Because that's how all the humans are with the mutants. They like, I mean,
They cool, but they could,
It's like, if they really
fuck
hop on that,
everything.
like, you know what I mean? Like it could get spooky for us.
Yeah.
So like probably like Lex Luthor because I understand. And Ra's al Ghul.
I like that. That's all tap. So social media, thoughts, good, bad. Yeah, I like it. What?
It's good. It's a tool. It's a tool, but just like any other tool, when used incorrectly, it can be dangerous. It can be
A
hurtful.
hammer can be a murder weapon.
You feel me?
know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
But like I say, build bridges. You feel me?
yeah, it's social media cool. It gives some people like a voice and outlet, so you can connect with others. I think that was the whole point of social media was, in its purest form, was just like connect.
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
Right.
kind of like went in all other directions and stuff. But like, if we just taking the good with the bad, I think social media is a tool.
It's so I'm gonna call it a chaotic neutral, like in like a lawful chaotic like chart. It's like a chaotic neutral. It's wild as fuck, but it ain't necessarily like the good guy or the bad guy. It's just
It's
the
about
medium.
how it's being used.
Yeah, but there's no
Yeah.
order to the shit, so it's like that's why it's so chaotic at the same time.
Okay, then. And last one for the fun section is Illuminati. Y'all believe in it or it's false?
Illuminati was real, but I don't think I believe in like what people think of it as now. Like, you know what I mean? I think I don't believe in the spookism of it. I just think it was a lot of like, brotherhood.
Man, no, they snatching up all the best rappers, throwing them in a room, making them do butt stuff, and giving them
their rituals that they're taking their blood and
and making them sell their souls to Satan.
I think even playing off the seller show is a lot more metaphoric.
than actual. I believe
because
so.
it's like
Like a transaction.
let's just be honest. If we could sell our soul for money, everybody would do it.
Everyone
because it's just
would
like,
do it.
what is it? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It ain't selling your soul. It's working in the confinements of someone, and you know that this doesn't go with your morality.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what you're doing.
Right.
You're not being
Against your
socially
moral code,
responsible.
yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? You're pushing poison. You know what I mean? But the Illuminati is just, the world is all about like, it's a group think, everything. You're part of a group no matter if you want to believe it or not.
Right,
You working
right.
for Amazon, you're a part of a group.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? So it's just like a cult. Even people be
think
speaking
it's
about
secret
like
society type
secret
shit.
society.
Yeah.
People be thinking about like Freemasons and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Like, I know Freemasons aren't like, they don't go around kidnapping children or anything like that. Like, you know what I mean? It's just
I ain't gonna lie, some people that's beg to differ on that one.
it's
with
a
their whole heart.
I know a few.
Yeah.
I know some, but it's like it's a backing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I feel like, just like as a black man too, like with the society, like sometimes you may not know where to go. So just like you can look at like fraternities, it's a brotherhood, it's a backing. Anything happen to you, they come to protect you and like help you out if you in a time of need or anything like that. So I just look at it like any other group. Like you got the good and you got the bad with everything. Like,
Facts.
So I think if there is an Illuminati, I don't think they malicious, man. I think it's just the top dogs that run all the shit that we consume.
Right.
I think it's just the people that are in charge of everything that we as just
got
everyday
the
society
spoon.
consume.
Like, you know?
Yeah, like you ever seen like it's something you can look up. It's like a chart of monopolies. Like it's like literally all the companies that are under like PepsiCo, all the companies that are under
Viacom.
Yeah, you feel me?
Yeah,
Like you
Viacom,
can look up all of that. So I really think if there is an Illuminati, well, I think it is. It's a group of people that like control these individual like like forms of media and even like when it comes to food and medicine, big pharma. Like I feel like it's just like a group of people, like not just one person that looks over all these things, but it's like groups of people, maybe teams that work together and they do network amongst each other that control everything that runs through the planet. Like the point where shit like even racism is all a facade, and there's like rich ass Chinese like
they could push anything.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and they coming together. Like whether it's like one person looking over each continent, 3 people looking over each continent, like all that shit. Like I feel like if there is an Illuminati, I'm gonna say I don't believe in it because I definitely know that there's something like and I mean like that we can touch, like people, like there's some people above. What we
I think if it was like Illuminati, like even like let's just say like let's just go back to like the 50s and 60s, like the mob played a role in like what was going on in society, like, for the majority of like the East Coast of the world.
It's like who in power at the time.
It's really about a power thing.
Yeah.
Who controls the bots?
Yeah.
Who got the bot controller? Type of thing. Like man.
Okay, I feel like we're gonna need another whole podcast for that one. So so that was the last question for the we gonna make it happen.
Back, man.
So
ass, man. No
yeah, exactly. So that was the conclusion to the fun section. Now I want to open this space up. Well, first of all, let me say this first. Thank you guys for coming on the platform.
Of course.
It's all love whenever y'all come through. All high level conversations, all amazing thoughts and amazing ideas that get displayed through the platform. The supporters, the fans need to hear this stuff. But I do want to allow this space, open this space to allow you guys to let people know what's upcoming next and where they can find you guys.
July 22nd, we have I'm a featuring poet at the Jazz Fest, and LOCNESS is in the Cypher that same night. So we got that. That's the most recent thing. August 12th, I'll be seeing if I can win. Do watch Cincinnati Slam 4 times in a row.
4P is crazy.
Slam, yeah.
Tape coming early August. More visuals, books coming, clothes coming. You know, Pharaoh's Bastard Child. That's something else too. Lady Like Part 4. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot coming up.
It's a lot. Talk to us. So coming. As a group and personal too.
Yeah. So personally, I'm working on the next part to my seeded tapes. I'm real big on growth in general. So I love plants, earthy shit, like starting gardens and shit. I just did one. I did seeded tapes volume 1. It was called Mama's Boy. I don't know what I'm gonna call my second one. My second one might be Granny's Garden, but that might be like my big tape. So I'm working on like a next entry to that. My whole growth like thing that I'm working on. Like I've been rapping about seeds and growing since I like first started making songs. So I'm gonna make it into a concept that I'm gonna push forward before I drop like my big debut. When I see it, like my big debut is just gonna be my self-titled. So everything's building up to the self-titled, the Petway album. But probably right now I'm probably going into my next phase of seeded tapes. Okay. And then I did seeded tapes to play on seeded grapes because fruit, good fruit. You feel me?
So all the good fruit is the ones that got the seeds in it anyway. Anything else?
Find me Instagram, Threads, 513 Petway. I'm on, what's it called? I'm on Twitter too, Petway Junior, PETTWAY, 2 T's. Don't forget that. Junior, JUNIOR. So find me.
Where can they find you? And then drop Malik in there too.
Oh yeah, you got King Malik Allah on Instagram, on Facebook, Dan Malik. What does he got? Threads, King Malik Allah. TikTok, King Malik Allah. Me, Brunch from LOCNESS, Instagram, Threads, TikTok, Brunch Hatter, Facebook. I've been tucking some songs too. Like I think I don't think I'm gonna drop a tape this year. Probably like next year for sure.
Okay then.
So I think I'm gonna drop a tape. So yeah,
okay then. Last but not least, can both of y'all guys individually leave the tappers out there, the people, with one piece of advice coming from y'all internally?
Every step that you make, like, treat it like a step, whether it's a baby step. Like literally when you get up in the morning and do anything, like treat it as a way to get to the next level. wherever you at. Nigga, if you just want to have $100 more than you had last week, more than you had last month, treat you getting up in the morning as the next step towards getting that. Because every single move is important.
Love the game and not just the fame. And when I say that, like, you have to love the ups and downs. Love when you feel me getting your back dirty. You may fall to the campus, but it's like you have to love those times where you have to fight past adversity and, you know, like, persevere. So, like, because that brings growth amongst anything. So, like, it's really love the game. Like, you know what I mean? Not just the fame.
That's tap. Well, then, what an amazing episode. It's a lot of gems. I can't wait to go back and edit this one because it's like we done went through so much, boy. This one of them ones that's going to have a lot of replayability to it. I want to thank you guys once again for coming through the platform. It's always love whenever we link up, whether it's a show, whether it's a podcast, whether it's just on the humble. It's always good vibes. It's always amazing energy. So we will be continuing to tap in with you guys as we have been in the past. Super excited for God Loves Us Too Much. That'll be coming out early August, like Brent's Eder said. All the links and everything will be in the description. It's your boy Tap Dub. I'm here with
Brent's Eder, Brent's from LOCNESS.
Yeah, TD Petway, Dr. Locktober.
Oh, yeah.
2/3 of Lock. Might as well shout out Malik.
Oh, Malik a lot. Keep Malik a lot. Damn, though, man. Lock bottom, man.
Yes, sir. We bringing you that educational, entertaining, and motivational content on a daily basis. We tapped in and now we tapped out.
Tap.
Peace.
Game is no playing, we heard you was slacking, I get that front end, back end, back end. I got your bitch trying to tap in, I'm with that bitch.